what is up guys? JaretCampisi, welcome back to the channel. Today is a very special video because as you can see, we are not in Pennsylvania, we're actually in Miami. We're at the headquarters of the good man, Manny from Moto Million. We got Christina, Tina Wieners here, and we're gonna be picking out all of the parts, most of the parts, for our Panigale build, our Lamborghini Panigale build. We're talking about $30,000 to $40,000 worth of parts, and it's all gonna happen right here, right now. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. All right, so this is the new warehouse for Moto Million. It's a work in progress. They just moved in recently, so I don't want to show too much of it because it's still a bit of a mess. But you know, this is largely in part due to all of your guys' support, so we massively appreciate that. And we want to show like as much behind the scenes as possible, because we've never been able to show this part of the builds before. Manny and I sit down, we plan out all the builds, we pick out all the parts, you know, we figure out what he's got in stock, how long things are gonna take. There's a lot more that goes into these builds than you guys just seeing Dotto and I putting parts on a bike. So what we're doing, you guys saw the build plans video, we're doing a Lamborghini inspired Ducati Panigale, and it's gonna be absolutely incredible. So you saw the paint scheme, it's gonna be blue Lafay, and it's an orange, it's called Orange Arancio California, I believe is the color. So right here is Manny's little workstation. And what we've been doing for about an hour and a couple of hours actually now is going through his website and picking out all the parts that we want for the project. So you can see our initial list over here, it goes up even further as well. So we create lists, and then we're gonna go downstairs, we picked out a lot of the parts that we have. We don't have everything here, and Manny was actually saying, what were you saying, Manny? You were saying parts wise, you said, we're showing about 30 to 40K worth of parts here, but how much do you think?
It's gonna be a lot more. And especially, and also don't forget, the parts, when we say parts are, when you give the prices of the bikes, that everyone goes crazy.
Yeah.
That doesn't include
labor. Yeah.
You know, labor is a big part of
it,
but also for something like this, how do you list the paint job as a part?
Right, exactly. Which could be $4,000 to $5,000 on its own, right?
It needs a proper paint job. This bike's gonna be really special.
Yeah, it's gonna be incredible. So
I'm more than happy to not just supply the parts, but also
get special parts.
Yeah, or
parts we've never used.
The paint job.
Yes.
Because it's really hard to find a good painter and to do something high caliber.
Yep.
It doesn't come across on video as much.
Well, you had your V4X, right?
Yeah, the V4X was, but even your M1000RR. Yeah. It doesn't have a paint job, but the quality of the finish of the products are so good that unless you see it in person, it doesn't do it justice. But I'm guessing this bike is going to be looking good.
It's going to be disgusting.
The paint scheme is.
So, if, like I said, this is the owner of Moto Million. You guys have seen Manny, I'm sure. They have all of their YouTube channels, their websites. I'm going to link everything as the first pinned comment down below. So if you guys go to motomillion.com and use my code CAMPISI, you'll save money. You're directly supporting myself and Manny. And that's why we're able to do awesome things like this and do giveaways and bike builds and all that, and we want to just keep stepping it up. So it's because of Manny signing on that these bikes got insane. You know, it went from a 959 with a weird janky exhaust on it, you know, to full carbon Ducatis worth $70,000, $80,000, $90,000. So we couldn't do this without him. So I think what we should do is we should go downstairs now and start showing some of the parts that we picked out. Okay, let's do it. All right, so we're downstairs. We're in some of the warehouse down here. It's a highly undisclosed secret location because they have, you know, special things in here and a lot of ridiculous. It's the Bat Cave, yeah, exactly. So you guys have seen the completed Moto Million carbon M1000RR, and like I said, without Manny being a part of these builds, bikes like these would not happen. So, you know, continue to use my code, continue to get parts from him. It's like a family run business, and this is something that he does out of passion, and you know, and we're the same way. So we're gonna be choosing a winner for this bike in March of this month, and I cannot wait to see who wins this. Remember, Patreon is how we fund all these projects. They're community funded. You can sign up over there, pay as little as $5 an episode, and you can be entered to win dream motorcycles just like these right here. Patreon.com/Campisi Customs is always the first link in the description below. This is Manny's first time seeing, well, obviously it arrived and you got to see it, but what do you think of the bike, Manny?
So I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a guy that will leave something full carbon, just because
it almost looks unfinished.
Yeah, unfinished, but it's becoming too common.
Yes,
right?
I agree.
But on top of it, I'll say something. I want to correct you. You said this is a carbon M1000.
Yeah.
it's just a full carbon M1000.
That's true.
It's truly a full carbon bike.
Yeah, that's true.
Going back to the comments of what I think, I love it.
Yeah.
So on camera, because I've been watching your videos, obviously, it just looks black. But when you came to Miami, it was pretty late at night. In the morning, in the Miami sun, oh my goodness, it shines.
Yeah, the reels that you guys were putting up when you took it over to the basketball court, oh my God, it looked incredible.
The other thing is, I don't know if people know where this paint scheme is kind of inspired. We love cars and motorcycles, and I have a huge passion for motorsports. The paint scheme kind of is derived from the GT cars of the BMWs.
Yep.
I think it's just spot on.
Yeah.
You know, I think I said it on the walk around video that I did for this bike. It's so cool because not just the quality of the bike, the fit and finish, and the gaps that you look around to, that's just amazing. But it's at such a level that this could be, BMW doesn't do very special bikes, right?
No, especially their 50th anniversary edition.
Yeah,
that
so,
weird yellow.
Some like crazy, like your Lamborghini Street Fighter that you just ordered.
Yep.
This could have been just a crazy factory project.
Yep.
It's just that quality of the bike, and I'm amazed at it. You know, it's especially that's a BMW.
Yeah, exactly.
That's but it's an M1000 It's the highest model of BMW.
Yep. And I have to keep reiterating the fact that an M1000 is $40,000, guys. Just the bike by itself. People keep thinking S1000s are 20K or whatever. Yeah. That's not how much this bike is in stock form, let alone all these parts. And Manny runs this business. He knows the cost of all these parts because I've been getting a lot of people pushing back at the $80,000 price tag I put on this. I'm not saying that's what someone would pay for. I'm telling you that's how much it would cost you to build one of these on your own, maybe more.
People build stuff like this, right? Because at a point, it's not about the money that you spend on it. It's what we dream of. Right?
Yes.
This is how it all started.
Yep.
We're little kids. We dream of having stuff like this, and we continue doing stuff like this. But but like I said, those prices don't have labor involved in it, right? So if you add the labor, and if you're saying a $40,000 bike. One is $40,000. Taxes do tax on.
Yeah, exactly.
Even the extra part that's on it, you know. So it's 40 plus tax. So for people who are penny pinching, you know,
it adds up fast.
Calculate it, and it comes up to something of those prices.
Yep. So you got to figure. We'll segue into the Ducati now. That bike was $30,000 plus taxes and fees, and now we're going to be adding, you know, $5,000 paint scheme, probably. Maybe what, 40,000 plus in parts?
More than that.
Okay, so maybe 50?
If you factor it in, it's gotten a little out of hand, like the exhaust system that's 8,200.
Oh yeah, dude, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, so like this exhaust, the wheelbarrow exhaust, $8,200.
Plus, what is it, 10 to 12 hour installation at a Ducati shop at $150 an hour?
Exactly.
I mean, that's easy, 10,000, right?
I want to say that because you have to pay your taxes on a product on $8,200. It's not like you're buying a loaf of bread.
Exactly.
So the tax kind of adds on.
Yeah, I mean, just the bike and the exhaust alone installed is well over 40 grand already, you know? And like, what are the wheels, $4,600 for those?
Yeah, they're like 40, 45, 46. The fuel tank, like $3 grand for the, you know, in here I think alone we're pretty close to 30 grand in parts.
It's crazy. And I don't want to make a part of just talking about money and how expensive it is or whatever, but people always say, why are you putting the cost of the parts in the title and the thumbnail? I just want people to understand the caliber of the build. That's all. I'm not flexing. We're not trying to flex or anything like that. At the end of the day, guys, these are community funded builds. There's a reason why I personally don't own a full carbon motorcycle. You know, like this is part of our business, and it helps Manny, it helps me, and at the end of the day, somebody's getting a dream motorcycle. That was the whole point behind these builds. Is when I was working a full-time job in California, actually when I met Christina, we were living paycheck to paycheck. She was in college. I could never have dreamed of owning a bike like this, let alone these full carbon crazy builds. I had a 959 as my screensaver, actually it was an 899 as my screensaver, and I thought I'd never be able to buy a bike like this. So that's where I kind of came up with the whole idea, was how cool would it be to give somebody their dream bike where they couldn't maybe ever afford a bike like this or ever imagine having a bike like this. So that's kind of the whole idea behind the project, and that's why Manny wanted to get on board, because you know, this is what we live for. This is our whole lives. So let's start to go over some of the build ideas for this project. So you guys saw we're going to do the Lamborghini custom paint scheme. And I was talking to Manny about it. Originally, I was thinking about just painting the plastic fairings, but then Manny was like, "Oh, we just got a full shipment of all the brand new parts in carbon fiber. So why not just do that, you know?" And then I was talking to Manny about the actual painting process itself, and he talked about how he knows a guy down here who paints some of the most insane cars and Ferraris and everything else.
Concourse cars.
There you go.
You know, that's like the type of cars that you can't have, like a speck of dust on.
Yeah.
It's just craziness, but.
So I think that's a perfect person to have paint it, and he's going to reach out to him.
Yeah, it's not easy to find someone, and also these people are very busy.
Yeah.
It's hard to even find their time.
Yep.
If you remember the MotoGP theme that we did?
Yes.
That bike, at that time, we had actually put the bike together, dismantled it, shipped it to Italy, had it painted, and got it back.
Holy crap.
So, but at least now in Miami, we have like a good connection for a painter that does very high-end work, and you saw the V4X.
Yeah, it looked incredible.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think it deserves it.
So
I want to say something.
Yeah.
I kind of got goosebumps when you said your story of everything, and I really got to give my hats off to you guys. You guys deserve everything that's happening, because I think a lot of people don't understand the type of work and the type of work ethic that goes behind to doing stuff like this. And I just want to say, since you're here face to face, look, I'm getting goosebumps. You guys deserve it all. You know, you guys are great people.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, and if people are, you're not going to please everybody.
No, yeah.
Yeah, you know, you guys are great. I really appreciate it, and I really enjoy working with you guys just because of your work ethic, right?
Yeah.
I wake up and show up to work every day, and people think you're just swinging around a camera, but it goes beyond that.
Well, now that you've started filming YouTube videos, you know what goes into it. Yeah, and Christina gets that a lot too, where people say like, "Oh, get a real job" and all this stuff, and I'm like, dude, you guys have no idea what it takes to do all of this stuff unless you do it yourself. And I'm not saying that it's, you know, obviously some jobs are harder than others, but it takes a lot to do these builds, and it's a lot of time and money and effort and logistics and planning. So again, thank you guys for watching and supporting. It wouldn't happen without you guys. But back to the paint scheme. So since Manny said he's got all the carbon here, he's going to test fit that for us off camera, because you got to test fit the carbon first. And this is why I haven't done paint schemes in the past, because you got to test fit all this carbon on the bike itself, and then after that you got to take it off, and then you have to send it to the painter for painting. And the reason why you have to test fit it is because you guys have seen Dotto having to, you know, just make little adjustments here and there on the bike, whether it's fairings, bolt areas, you know. It's just, that's how carbon is. So Manny's going to be able to do all of that for us. The only thing we're waiting on is that's a tank from the previous model. The new tank is actually redesigned, so you can see how that is on there. And then if you pan up here, Christina, you can see the new lines in the tank. So it is slightly different. He's waiting on the carbon tanks, right? So if we can get a carbon tank and paint it, then we'll do that, because the idea was, and this is what I had in mind too, and Manny said it, is whenever we have carbon, anything that's black in the paint scheme will be exposed carbon, just like the Superleggera, and I think that's going to be incredible. So we're going to do a carbon tank, we're going to do the full carbon subframe, all the carbon bodywork, and then we're going to do the custom paint scheme that Manny's going to have done for us. So it's going to be a lot of stuff. We're even going to do upgraded, what, they get the same calipers, brake calipers?
Yeah, so the Stylinos are amazing calipers.
Yeah.
Those calipers, but we'll do something that's worthy of being called a, let's say, a Lamborghini clone, or if Ducati was to make a Lamborghini bike.
Yes. So that's kind of the idea. So I told them in the other videos, I have the Lamborghini Diavolo 1260. I have the Lamborghini Street Fighter coming, and I think that they're going to probably do a Lamborghini
eventually,
Panigale. My guess is when the new Aventador launches, they're going to launch it alongside a new Panigale, and they're going to do a Panigale inspired Lamborghini based on the new Aventador. So I just thought it would be cool to kind of beat them to the punch and do my own version of a Lamborghini inspired Panigale, and that's why I love that Huracan. We actually saw that car in person in California, and that blue, that baby blue with the orange accents, it's like that's so Miami, you know what I mean? Like, I've always loved those colors. So I just think that that's so cool. And people were saying like, oh, do it to match your bike. Well, like I'm gonna have 2 green bikes, and I'm not a green fan. You know?
Cheesy too. Everyone who tried to do something Lamborghini just starts slapping like wraps of that color around the stuff.
Yeah, and people have done them, but they weren't like real actual, like, this is gonna be like probably something that Ducati would do, you know? So that's kind of the idea.
Lamborghini color. I think that's the cool
that's
part.
That's going to be the Blue Buffet. Yeah, we're using the launch edition colors from the STO, so that's going to be on your guy.
Before you even showed me the colors and everything, I was like, no, do Azzurri blue, I think it's called, because it's the Italian blue. Yeah. But then I saw it, and then it
looks good, right?
Yeah, the drawing of it is amazing.
Yeah, it's nasty. So shout out to Car Designs for doing that model for me. So parts-wise, what we're going to try and do is, we hear you guys. I look at every comment. I don't always get the chance to respond to every comment, but we want to do different things. These wheels are carbon wheels. They're stand-in probably. We're going to try to get the Lamborghini wheels from the Street Fighter. I'm talking to Ducati about that. Once they have a part number, Manny's going to try and get those for us. The exhaust, we're going to do the wheel barrel exhaust, which we talked about is $8,200. It sounds incredible. Actually, Manny has one on his bike, so maybe we can get it down here, and we'll show you guys in the video later on here in a minute. And then Moto Course is doing all these cool parts, and they're all in black. So we're gonna try to do all black accent pieces on this bike and just let the paint scheme shine in the carbon, So I think I understand we've done a lot of Panigales, but even the triple tree, Manny's gonna get a black triple tree for us, and we're gonna try and laser etch in there either Lamborghini Panigale 1 of 1, or if we don't have the space, we might just do 1 of 1 or something like that. But like something like these builds are getting to the part where they're almost to the caliber of what like a Superleggera is. Like that was always my dream bike, like my ultimate dream bike. So that's what I'm trying to do with these builds. And so they actually unveiled that whole Unica program. I think we had like a lot to do with that because people were requesting our bike builds and stuff. And actually one of the Unica bikes that Ducati did, they called and asked for a Campisi Customs Carbon Edition. Oh, that's cool. Through Unica, through Ducati. So, that's, like I said, that's because of all you guys and all your support. So I just wanted to show you guys what like parts, like when you're buying this amount of caliber of parts, like how much it costs. And I don't want you guys to think I'm just throwing numbers out there to get views. Like I'm probably underestimating the cost of these parts. So it's a lot, right? It's a lot that goes into it. So I think that's about it. I think, why don't we find your Panigale and start it up for them so they can get a little taste.
Let me bring it here.
Okay, sweet. So this is actually the exhaust we're going to be putting on our motorcycle. And this is the first time seeing it in person. It's the first time, actually, I'm ever going to hear it. So you guys are going to be enjoying this.
Far away.
Yeah, it's going to be loud in here. I'm not going to rev it super high, but let's hear how it sounds.
Sounds really good.
That sounds.
It sounds mean.
Incredible. So that's a question, guys. Should we put a dry clutch on our bike? Let me know. This is a dry clutch. It actually gives you a little bit more power. It keeps your engine oil a little bit cleaner because you're not running oil through here. Does it make the pulling any harder, Manny? The dry clutch, maybe a tiny bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
If you're Christina.
Yeah, as long as you're a man, it's fine, right? Yeah. Or we could just do a wet, clear clutch cover on that, which we've done in the past. I want to try and do new things, so I think a dry clutch would be super cool, but let us know what you guys think in the comment section below. I think that's it.
I want to mention something.
Yeah.
So you're going to get to ride this bike, and I'm going to spoil it for you now. It's so different having the exhaust and the undertail.
Is it
because it's closer to your ladder, but it's also behind you. Because on these V4s, even the older bikes, we always just have the exhaust in the bottom. So it sounds
well. So we're gonna have a whole series of videos coming from Miami. So if you guys aren't already subscribed, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell notification because Manny's gonna be filming with his videographer, and then we're gonna be doing a whole host of videos. We're gonna be starting to do the installation videos here. We're gonna do a bunch of those. We're gonna be riding bikes together. Manny's gonna ride the BMW. I'm gonna get his reaction. I'm gonna ride this for the first time, and we're gonna do some back and forth. We can put braking miles on the Panigale. So there's a whole we came down here to film a bunch of videos, and we're super excited. So again, shout out to this guy, Moto Million. We couldn't do these builds without this guy, and I'm super thankful. He was one of the only people when I first started who saw the vision of what I was trying to do, and still to this day there's companies that don't really believe in social media, and it blows my mind. It took Ducati a while even to come around. They used to tell me that print media was going to make a comeback, and they thought that what we did here on social media didn't matter. Because of all of you guys that we showed them that it does. So, you know, we massively appreciate the support. Keep supporting Moto Million, keep supporting us. Sign up for the Build Series bikes if you want to win Epic Dream bikes, and stay tuned for some incredible content. Thank you guys so much. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and we'll see you all in the next one.